This has probably been one of my most expensive months this year, and I haven't even gotten all of my haul, which is just insane. Hello my brothers and sisters, my name is Daidarius, and welcome to my manga haul of May 2025. I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. I want to jump straight in because we have some awesome banger this month. Starting with the Elusive Samurai Volume 14. This is the latest volume to be released, at least from Blackwell's, where I order my manga from. I've said it so many times before, but it's so awesome to finally be caught up with the series I have been actively trying to, catch up to. But I'm not going to tell too much on it, because we have much more manga to... I don't have much more. We have some manga to catch up on. Alright, next one. And next up we have Witch Hat Atelier Kitchen. I'm always not quite sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it doesn't matter. We have the third volume of Witch Hat Atelier Kitchen. Last time I checked, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 5 or 6 volumes released this year, which in other terms means that I'm actually gonna get all of it this year, which is awesome because it's not that long. Again, I don't know much about this series except that it's about cooking and you get recipes with it. I mean, I have nothing to provide with regarding commentary, except that at least I like the design of these volumes. It kind of really sells the, I guess, the slice of life, if you can call it that, of being in the kitchen making food. I don't know. I fucking know. I'm just looking forward to actually seeing what this series is about, which is kind of weird that you are committing to a series that hard on without knowing that much of it. The only thing I've known of it is that the main series has gotten such a large praise, and I think that this has also gotten a lot of praise and I would actually enjoy it. The same with the main series. Time will tell. But another good thing about... Well, you know what? I'm gonna save that for the next entry. Let's get on to the next entry. So this was Witch Hat Atelier Kitchen Volume 3. But speaking of Witch Hat Atelier, we have Witch Hat Atelier Volume 3. And I'm gonna get to my point in a moment, but something I have to touch on is the covers are magnificent. They are elegant. I think that's the term I will use. They are extremely elegant, well composed, set up. I love these. They are awesome. But my point from before is that one good thing about Witch Hat Atelier is, I believe it's by a woman, and it's by a woman author. Kamome, I think she's called, Shirahama, is a woman. And I don't have, I believe, too many series that is made by a woman mangaka. But I at least appreciate that I have some. One of those I have is actually Full Metal Alchemist. That is also by a female, but nevertheless, I'm looking forward to reading this. I'm also looking forward to see what the hype is about. But up until now, anytime I have been recommended a series and it has been given high praise, I have yet to be let down. Let's hope this is not the thing that's going to break the streak. Alright, the next one is a completely new series to my collections, which I am so hyped about. Let's get to it. And next up is Gachiakuta Volume 1. Gachiakuta, I think. This series has been recommended by not only you guys, but also other YouTubers throughout the years, and I have finally got my hands on the first volume. I am committing to the first 5 volumes this year. I think 6 or 7 is going to be out by the end of the year. I'm not quite sure. It's still a relatively new series, at least in English printed format. People have said the story is great. It is, I think it's a shonen series, I'm not quite sure, but that it has revitalized people's faith in the battle shonen manga, and also that the art is amazing. So that is some great selling points. Besides that, I know fuck all about this series. So I'm looking very much forward to going into this series completely blind. But considering that many people has actually given it high praise, not just saying it's decent, but actually good, makes me have high hopes for this. So hopefully I'm not let down. But it's awesome that I'm starting yet a new series, because a lot series or entries on my wish list is just, well, continuations. So starting something new is always great. But yes, Gachiakuta. I'm gonna learn to pronounce that name at some point. Volume 1. You only have 2 more volumes to go. Yes, this haul is a tight smaller, but as I stated at the beginning, I haven't gotten all of my volumes. I'm still missing 2, but nevertheless, the final 2 are some biggies. So let's get to it, shall we? And next up, we have Übel Blatt, the deluxe edition, volume 2, which means we are a quarter of the way done with the series, because there are, of the original, I believe there are volume 0 and then up until volume 23 of the series, which in English was collected into 2-in-1 omnibuses, and we had volume 0 and then volume 1 up until volume 11. So by that metric, we're gonna have 8 of these, and by having this, we're gonna be a quarter of the way through, and by the end of the year, we should be halfway through, which is a very decent pace considering that it took forever for Berserk Deluxe Editions to actually come out. But I adore these. I love the fact that the cover is different from volume to volume. It's still a bit down that the spines are the same. I touched upon this in my Deluxe Edition video. You can check it out here if you want to, but try to watch this video to the end first. But nevertheless, besides the fact that the spines are actually the same, I at least appreciate that the covers are different and they look sick as hell, and it still continues with this art piece here. Yes, looking at it here, they're actually different. So I think it is a continuation of that specific panel from the manga, which is awesome. But yes, Übel Blatt Deluxe Editions Volume 2, so stoked to finally be getting all of this series and in hardcover deluxe editions. What's not to like? On to the final one. And last but not least, we have Vagabond Definitive Edition Volume 2. Not much to say, except that I think Volume 3 is gonna drop soonish, but they cost a lot. And as I stated in the beginning, this is probably close to be my most expensive month of the year so far, and I didn't even get that much manga. But yes, Volume 2 out of 12? I think the Wishlist, it is 12 in total, so 36 volumes, and then you have to buy the 37th in singles. But I've actually heard rumors. If they are true or not, I don't know. I have not contacted this. There is a rumor that the 37th volume that as of now you can only get in the singles, not part of any of the Wishlist 3-in-1s, they're gonna include it in the definitive edition. So either they're gonna take the final one and only make it a 2-in-1, and then the 13th volume will also be in 2-in-1, so you have up until volume 13 of the definitive editions, and they're gonna be 2-in-1, 2-in-1, or they're gonna fuse it into the 12th volume and have it be a 4-in-1 definitive edition. It can actually work because we have gotten that once before from Dark Horse. Blade of the Immortal, the Deluxe Editions Volume 6 is actually a 4-in-1 because, of course, the omnibus from Dark Horse itself in paperbacks was also a 4-in-1. It is a chunky fucker, but it is doable and it is not much more tedious to read compared to the other volumes in the series. So I can still see it actually work from 4-Wiz, but if they're gonna go that route, or if they're just gonna split the final one into 2s, so there's gonna be 13 volumes in totals, I am not sure. I'm just looking forward to getting all of the volumes. But yes, that is my manga haul of May 2025. I have one small update for my wishlist. I'm just gonna bring up the second page of the wishlist right here, and as you can see, I committed to the first 2 volumes of Vagabond, the Definitive Edition. Just got volume 2, so I'm gonna knock that one off. And yeah, progress on the wishlist lately has been kind of slow, but it is to be expected because most of the progress is gonna come at the final 3 months, so October, November, December. That is when I'm gonna start knocking a lot more of these off. Nevertheless, as I've stated before, this list from month to month doesn't really tell the whole story. It doesn't really show progress because it only shows, it's only updated when I actually complete everything on a particular entry. So I'm just gonna take that one down, and then instead I'm gonna throw this pie chart up here, which is the current standing of my wishlist. I have managed as of now to collect 45% of my wishlist, which is, I mean, looks awesome. But am I ahead? Am I on schedule? I am, because I thought it would be a good idea each month to just try and calculate how many percent are we through the year, and May is 41.6% of the year. Considering I have collected 45, I am still, as of this moment, gonna collect the whole freaking thing. But there's a caveat on it, and that caveat is I still yet to start Battle Elite. Or Battle Angel Elite. So yeah. But we'll see. But yes, that is that. What does your manga haul look like? Because I very much enjoy reading your manga hauls, especially because a lot of you are collecting series I have never ever heard of. And I love just looking at the series you're putting in there and then going to the internet, see what the fuck's that series, and then go, interesting. Maybe I should consider getting that at a later year. Who knows? So, whatever you have collected, comment on me your thoughts. As always, till I see you next video, just remember to stay awesome. See ya.